And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Winter storm warnings continue for the western Arctic coast here from Point Lay down to Cape Lisburne and Point Hope, and also continuing here for the Seward Peninsula, St. Lawrence Island, and the Yukon Delta for heavy snow in all of those areas through tonight and into tomorrow. Satellite imagery showing a lot of clouds over Alaska here, kind of moving northwestward and northward as cold air comes southward here out of Russia into the northwest Bering Sea. Clouds here across the Aleutians and frontal boundary. Low pressure here in the Gulf of Alaska and the front extending southeastward there, pushing in toward the southeast coast. And you can see that mostly pushing in a little more quickly eastward to the south than it is to the north. So this frontal boundary is going to kind of stall out and hang up along the North Gulf Coast here for the next day or so. This is the position of the front, roughly the position of the front this afternoon, starting to push in to the panhandle, toward the panhandle, with rain getting close to the coastline here at mid-afternoon. Periods of rain for the North Gulf Coast today into Prince William Sound, Kenai Peninsula, southern Cook Inlet, Kodiak Island, seeing rain continuing today, and a lot less wind though, and rain pushing up in toward western Cook Inlet and eastern slopes of the Alaska Range. Low center here at the surface, just north of the Alaska Peninsula, and a trough extending north from that, bringing the heavy snow here to the Yukon Delta, St. Lawrence Island, up across the Seward Peninsula, and into the western Brooks Range with light snow falling across the north slope and the central and eastern Arctic coast today. And pretty strong northerly winds here coming down over the eastern Bering Sea, as high as 40 to 50 miles an hour there across the Pribilof Islands. Actually, those strong winds coming through the Bering Strait, across St. Lawrence Island, all the way down to the Pribilofs. Lighter winds, but still colder air coming down in toward the eastern Aleutian areas with some scattered snow showers over the western Aleutians. And for tonight, this front moves into the southeast coast and kind of slows down right along the coastline later tonight. So rain will overspread the entire panhandle this evening and then head toward the border after midnight. And periods of rain continue from the North Gulf Coast, Prince William Sound area, especially western Prince William Sound, southern Cook Inlet, and up to the western Alaska Range. Become a little more showery for Kodiak Island with rain and snow showers over Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula area. Becoming snow as the colder air comes southward. Look for snowfall levels that come down to sea level. So snow showers for Cold Bay, False Pass, King Cove, and those areas, and scattered snow showers over the Aleutians, Pribilof Islands, and winds start to diminish a little bit here, but stay quite brisk up over the Seward Peninsula area, especially the Bering Strait up to the western Arctic coast, with light snow continuing over the north slope and the eastern Arctic coast, dry central and eastern part of the state down into the Copper River Basin. And then for tomorrow, more clouds up in the, or mostly cloudy skies for the central and eastern part of the state with some isolated snow showers around. Areas of snow continue, periods of snow for the north slope and the central and eastern north slope, as well as the Arctic coast there. A little bit drier conditions back to the west, maybe some clearing, but don't look for a whole lot. But snow continues through tomorrow for the Seward Peninsula, on down across the Yukon Kuskokwim Delta, snow and snow showers there, mixing with rain as you head east into Bristol Bay. And looks like rain for the eastern side of the Kenai Peninsula, possible rain and snow for Homer, Seldovia over to Kamishak Bay. And this front, again, stalled out along the North Gulf Coast and pushing in toward Prince of Wales Island, and that will wash out on Tuesday, as you can see right through here, keeping rain becoming a little more showery and more intermittent and lighter here across all the southeast coast as well as the North Gulf Coast. And low pressure over the Kuskokwim Valley. Look for snow in the valley there, and then tapering off and ending here over the Yukon Delta with a few lingering snow showers around Togiak, maybe Dillingham, and also some snow showers, leftover snow showers for the Brooks Range, but drying out for the North Slope and the Arctic coast there. Out over the Bering Sea, we've got low pressure here that's slowly moving southward that'll pushed snow into the Pribilof Islands with some scattered snow showers. Not too bad for the Aleutians. I'd call it more isolated snow showers there, with a lot more mist than hit in those systems, and then a weak front pushing some rain and snow in toward the far western Aleutians. So no big storms out here at all. Kind of a quiet pattern here for Tuesday coming up. And then for the lows tonight, we've got below zero readings there for the western Arctic coast, and then down in toward Anatuvik Pass, right around 30 or upper 20s. Next ends down in toward Bettles, 32 for Ambler, 23 for Nome, and a low of 33 there for Dillingham, 15 for St. Paul, and in the 20s for the Aleutians, mid-30s for Kodiak Island, south central Alaska, lower 20s there for the Copper River Basin, and in the 30s for the Panhandle. Highs for tomorrow, mid to upper 40s for the southeast coast, lower 40s here across the southeast interior, and mid 40s in and around the mid and upper Tanana Valley area. Colder up north of the Brooks Range, highs 5 to 15 degrees there, and in the mid-teens for St. Lawrence Island, down to Nunivak Island, mid-20s for the Pribilofs, 30s for the Aleutians. And then lows for the southeast coast, 35 to 40. For the Tuesday morning time, lower 20s in the Copper River Basin, lower to mid-30s south central Alaska, and anywhere from 5 to 15 below for the North Slope and the Arctic coast, and 5 to 10 here for the Yukon Delta, St. Lawrence Island, 15 to 20 for the Pribilofs. And for Tuesday afternoon highs, mid-40s there for the central Tanana Valley area with lower 40s over toward Eagle. And then looks like mid-40s now for the Copper River Basin, south central Alaska mid-40s, mid to upper 40s for the southeast coast.
Alaska Broadcasters, National Weather Service, and Alaska Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management will be conducting a test of the tsunami warning system Wednesday, March 27th at approximately 10:20 a.m. This test will be conducted for portions of coastal communities in southeast Alaska, the Kenai Peninsula, Kodiak, the Aleutian, and Pribilof Islands. Audio on TV will indicate it's a test, but what viewers see on their television screens may not. Go to ready.alaska.gov to report your test reception. This test will be canceled in the event of any significant seismic activity.